Hello, welcome to Tabletop CP. Today I'm going to take a look at the Rashid Building by Blacksite Studios. I'll start off this video by saying I'm not a reviewer. I don't have a specific review format. I don't have a grading system. I'm just a gamer who likes to be able to look at products that I want to buy before I buy them. And I've noticed that a lot of times the stuff I want to buy doesn't have a review, or it just has a picture on the website. There's no way to really see it live or in action, so I thought maybe I'd start doing some short reviews on various products that I buy, just to help other gamers out who might be looking to buy that same product, to let them see it live and in action and make a decision, or hopefully that will help them make their decision whether to buy it or not. So this is a pre-painted kit. As you can see, it looks pretty good. I have no problems with it. That's one of the reasons I chose this kit, is that it is pre-painted, and I want to get some buildings on my Spectre table ASAP, and I didn't want to spend a lot of time painting buildings. That's quite time consuming. I think what I will do is add a little weathering to this. So I'll probably add some dust, maybe some rain streaks coming down, just some light weathering. Not going to get too crazy with it, but I think that will really make the building pop and bring it to life. Scale wise, you can see here's this is an Empress US infantry model. So it's quite a large building. It holds quite a few people in it. So that's that. So now what we'll do is I'll start taking it apart, and I'll talk about some of the stuff that I encountered when I was putting it together. Being a modular MDF kit, it all does come apart. So they added this little piece, which is a nice little piece up on top. Of course, the roof comes off, the floors separate, and these things come off as well, which I'll talk about. First thing I want to mention though is the way that the levels connect to each other. There's this rather large tab here, and there's only two of them. That goes into a corresponding large hole, which allows for some really easy and snug fits. So you see I just dropped that on there. Just fit right on, no problem. I had some bad experiences, well not bad, but some less than stellar experiences with other MDF kits that I built. They might have 4 little posts, one on each corner, that go into a little hole in each corner. And the thing has to be built 100% correct with no deformations whatsoever. And even then, it's not going to just slide in and fit perfectly as easily as this one does. So kudos to Blacksite for simplifying and enlarging the way that these pieces go together. So moving along here, the various floors. I do want to talk about these things. So these come off. As you can see, this is from their Warzone Arabia line, I think it's called. And this is for my Spectre board, some Middle Eastern buildings. And this does give it a really Middle Eastern feel. As you can see, there's a large window here that you could reach in and put guys in if you want to have men out on this balcony here. And that's really cool. But the thing is, they do come off, which is fine. But they are very skinny, the legs, and I can see those breaking off quite easily in a gaming environment. On the picture on the website, the Blacksite website, Blacksite Studios website, I don't know if it was just the way that they edited the picture, but they made it look like they had glued these on permanently, as it was just standing there like that. I don't like that. I can see when you're trying to get down to the first floor, you have to take off the second floor. If these are attached, these are going to be stuck on here. So either set it down like this and risk it getting hit, getting knocked over. Set it down like this, same risk, they could be broken. So I think what I've decided to do is I'm going to leave them detached. It's not going to be as convenient when you're trying to get models down into the first floor, but it would really only add a couple of seconds if you had to do that. And I think it will make these last longer, as you can take them and set them aside and then take it off and do whatever you're going to do down on the first floor. These do fit in here, so when you're done with it, you can store them in the building itself, and that will protect them quite nicely. Construction wise, this thing was very easy to put together. Probably the easiest MDF kit I've built. Sarissa stuff is really easy to put together as well, but I think this is probably the easiest of all the MDF kits I've ever put together. especially for a pre-painted kit, because the pre-painted kits usually have two-part walls. So you got the painted part on the outside, and then to get the painted part on the inside, you have to have a separate piece because they don't do dual-sided MDF. They paint one side and the other side's blank. So you have to have an actual second piece to go in to have the inside of the building painted. And I've had some experiences with those as well, where the fit was so tight that to slide this piece in, it would either go in or it wouldn't. I might have to start shaving stuff off if I didn't get something properly lined up, and then I tried to do that, it wouldn't fit. Just a huge hassle. So I was very surprised and very happy when I put the two long pieces in, and I went to drop this in and it just slid right in, all four of them. So I did that, put some glue on, boom, done. So that was really nice. I mean, I had no issues with it. The only issue I really had building this thing was this little thin piece here. So the MDF is nice and thick, which is good, as it's sturdy. And it's also really tight in the sprue. And I think I was just going pretty fast because I think I built this bottom floor first. Pieces are just solid, thick pieces. I was just punching them out of the sprues. I got up here really thin. It's really tight in the sprues. I started pushing and it broke. So that was my fault. It didn't happen when I did the second one. It was just that first one. I wasn't paying attention. It happens. So what I did, once I put this inside piece in for the inside texture and paint, I glued it again and just put a clothespin on there, and it's fine. So that was really the only issue I had building it. Some of the paper does tear off when you're taking these parts out of the sprue. You can see little white marks. Not a big deal. You can just get some paint and touch that up. I did a couple of them. Can't even tell where they are now, but I didn't really finish it. So that's what I'll do, just to cover up these little white patches here. I don't know if you can see those or not. That's just from from pulling these out of the sprue. It just ripped the paper a little bit. So I'm going to just paint those brown, and not an issue. Overall, I really like this building. I would definitely recommend it if you're looking to get modern terrain or Middle Eastern terrain. That Blacksite Studios has stuff like this, quite a bit of it. I actually have a lot of other stuff too that I was looking at, fantasy stuff, which I like the look of. This is the first thing of theirs I bought. I just wanted to see what it was like, and I could highly recommend it. If you're a gamer who wants to get stuff on the table quick, it's a pretty nice looking pre-painted kit. Goes together easily, and it's pretty sturdy except for these little pieces here. But as long as you're careful with those, you shouldn't have a problem with it. So anyway, that's it. Like I said, a very quick review. I endorse this one, and I would get it again, and I would buy more different styles from the same range, and I will, and possibly even move on to their fantasy range too when I start working on some fantasy terrain for my Warlords of Erewhon board. So anyway, that's it for this review. If you got any questions, just put them in the comments, or you can go into the Facebook group and ask them. Other than that, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.